You are welcome to this channel. Don't forget to like, to share, and also to subscribe. In the news today, as Inec chairman was leaving, I knew that he was going to give Tinubu a big middle finger, Kachiko. The Daily Post reported on Friday, September 12, 2025, that Dumebi Kachiko, the African Democratic Congress ADC presidential flag bearer in the last national poll, has alleged that the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC), Professor Mahmood Yakubu, deliberately used his final days in office to send a political warning to President Bola Tinubu by endorsing the David Mark-led faction of the ADC. Kachiko insisted that he had long anticipated such an action, describing it as Yakubu's way of openly showing disdain for the president. Speaking on Channels Television Politics Today program on Thursday, Kachiko faulted Yakubu's decision to take a position on the ADC's leadership torso, while several legal battles over the matter were still waiting judicial determination. This remark followed INEC's announcement earlier on Thursday, when the commission formally recognized the Mark-led ADC executives and publishing their details on its official website. Kachiko, however, came down heavily on Yakubu, branding him as one of the Nigeria's most regrettable appointments and accusing him of leaving behind a legacy of failure. According to him, I still trust in the Nigerian courts to resolve this issue fairly. Ultimately, the judiciary will determine where this case ends. He further remarked, I never believed Yakubu could act responsibly on this matter. His tenure has been a monumental error for the country. Thankfully, his exit is near, and I am confident the judiciary will straighten things out. I wasn't I wasn't expecting him to do anything otherwise. I knew that as the chairman was leaving, I knew that he was going to give the president a big middle finger and he was going to do anything to show his displeasure towards the president. He concluded by saying that Yakubu waited until the twilight of his tenure to execute this move, showing neither regret nor restraint, but that his departure has at least drawn the curtain on the controversy. Well, there are diverse schools of thought as regards what Mr. Kachiku is saying, and if we look at it vehemently, there is need for the INEC to recognize some people. Since they've not gone to court before now, of course, INEC has to do something. And based on probably the documents that are before the INEC, it decided to recognize the David Mark-led committee. But as far as Kachiku is concerned, INEC is not supposed to do so, knowing fully well that there is feud within that particular political party, ADC. Some are of the opinion that the likes of the Marks and co, they are hijackers who have come to take over their party, and that is the submission of the Kachiku faction. And also knowing fully well that one of them had declared himself as the chairman of the party. But the founding chairman of the party, the man Henry, has decided to work with the so-called intruders, and now David Mark has been recognized as the chairman of the party. For me, I think what Yakubu is doing is purely his own job, and for a Kachiku to say that he's giving a middle finger to the president, well, you may be able to understand it better, but for me, I don't think there's any need for anybody to read meaning into that, because he is the INEC chairman. He has his independency. He has been given the autonomy to do what is right. If it is correct for him to recognize ADC, let it be done and let everything go freely. Like the president even said when he was addressing the nation on the Democracy Day, that he's not going to stop any party from being registered, neither will he undermine the opposition. But of course, he also made mention that, of course, is welcoming their disarray. That's just the reality. And that is the truth in politics. You won't open your eyes and allow your opponent to outwit you. Of course, you are not going to do anything to preempt anybody, but you must be prepared at all times. So, if what Mr. Kachiku is trying to insinuate is the fact that Mr. Yakubu is not happy with the president, That is Yakubu's cup of tea. If Yakubu have anything against the president, he is the chairman of Inec and he has every right to approach the court or to approach the president and explain himself. Honestly speaking, the door of the president should be open to such a man who is holding a very critical arm, a sector in the executive arm. Very, very important. Not only that, a sector that has been given its own autonomy that the president cannot, in quote now, purportedly influenced. So if there is any grievances in the mind of Yakubu, you should be able to, speak it out. But that's speaking from the point of view or the prism of Kachiko. But if we want to hear a reporter from, Yakubu, he will be able to tell the whole world the real situation of the matter. And we won't rule out the fact that Kachiko is a politician. And the stock in trade of politicians, they will always speak on things that is going to support their own point of view or expand or encourage their vision. Or anything outside that, whoever has worked in that light is going to be their enemy. As long as Yakubu has succeeded in, recognizing the David Mark-led leadership, it becomes an enemy of the led faction. That's just the reality. But for him drawing the president into the matter, well, maybe there are so many things the eye cannot see that Kachiku is seeing, or there are so many things behind the camera that we don't know or cannot be spoken about in public. But on a surface level, I don't think it holds any water at all. I don't think it has anything to do with the president. Whether the president likes it or not, we are in a democracy, there must be an opposition. You shouldn't be expecting that all parties will have to adopt him. No, you should also expect that in a country that we are over 250 million people, that we all reason the same way and come with a consensus and say, look, you are the only one that will run for presidency in 2027, go and nobody will challenge you. No, we have diversities in ethnicity, diversities of religion, there's diversity in our regionalism, a lot of things happening in Nigeria, over 250 languages, and you expect us to think the same way? If that is the thinking of Kachiku, that Mr. President is thinking that way, I think it's capital no. They will be both wrong if that's their submission. It is expected for in democracy that we have a thriving opposition that is going to put the incumbent on their toes, which Nigerians are even saying now. While the incumbent took decisions that are very drastic, he couldn't rest because the opposition continued to taunt them because of the aftermath and the effect of their decision. And we can see what is going on rightly, even in the macroeconomics. So we want a robust opposition to continue, and whoever Oxys is God should go and manage himself. If Kachiku feels that Yakubu has betrayed, they can also move again to another party and use the same method and take over another party and then come out with a robust opposition. We want Nigeria to thrive. We want democracy to live long. We don't want a situation whereby there is going to be unnecessary feud within the rank and file of the actors of leadership in Nigeria. Keep liking. Don't forget to give us your thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe and please share. Thank you.